Hello and welcome to another video, folks. Thank you for everyone. We have reached 1,000 subscribers and I'm very excited about that. Thank you for all your support, and it's really great that we can share this journey with you. I'm welding again, and as I told you in a previous video, I'm not the best welder, but it seems that, you know, the universe is trying to teach me to weld more. Anyway, have a look. So this excavator bucket has got brakes there, came off all the way there. I've already started welding it up, as you can see. So yeah, we need to get this fixed. Right, so I'm done with the welding, and before we can put the bucket back, I have to go and get out a screw that I broke off while taking it out. A bolt. So, fun. Let's see if that works. Right over there. Naughty, naughty. Ha! There you go. So it actually came out a lot better than I expected, and there we go. So I think this piece of angle iron will give a really good support. You know, I've welded it up where it was bent and wedged this in between, so forth. So we will hope for the best with that. Meanwhile, I've reached out to the place I bought the excavator, and I asked them, like, listen, is this covered? Is this maybe manufacturing defect? Because I really think it is. These things are supposed to be a lot stronger, and also where it's attached, it's really not great. Anyway, so we'll see what they say. We had Madison over there, like just where we put in the spray foam, just like taking off the panels, neatening it up. I have to say, it really makes a big difference just to see all this stuff off. So we need to put on this ditching bucket, and we're going to be doing some ditching, and that's why we're putting on the ditching bucket. You see how these things come together? Yes. We got delivery of this ditching bucket over here. That means we need to take off the wood grip on the excavator, as well as the bucket that we recently just fixed, and get this bucket on.
It's been too long since I've been out and free. Got the windows open, Lord, I feel the breeze. Under blue.
I found something. This is like an old radio thing. This was buried about a meter down under grass and mud and crap in the trench, and I pulled it out by its wire. Anyone know what this is? Now, one of my main reasons for choosing a mini excavator for doing this job is because I live on extremely wet ground, and with another excavator, I've had a Kubota on here before, and it's really dodgy. It starts sinking to the mud. The mini excavator is light enough not to sink in, and also light enough for you to recover yourself if you need to. What's also pretty cool about this is I can do things like this. I can pull it over the trench, and yes, you can do it with a normal excavator, I know that too, but again, with the heavier ones, I've done this, and then the trenches would start collapsing, then the excavator would sink in. With this one, it's actually pretty okay. What's also nice about it is it's simple enough to just like pull yourself out of it and carry on. Now, there's only two things that I don't like about these mini excavators, and one of it's that it's, even though you can drag yourself around like a paralyzed dog, you can not move very fast, and that's a little bit of a mission. The other thing I don't like much is the fact that you only have about a, I think, 45-degree rotation angle each side. the newer ones can actually rotate completely, and you know, it really helps to be able to just dump 365 degrees as you would want to. Speaking about how slow this thing is, so what you would usually do is you would remove the wheels and put the wheels in front, and you would just tow it, and that's really simple. But it's a little bit of a pain in the ass to swap around the legs and the wheels and so forth. But I have a plan.
I'm sick and tired all the time. I need a break. I'm through, broken, man down. Need the countryside, a beer as cold as ice. I wanna unwind. Dip my feet into the waterfall.
So I managed to break off this little tab on my T-Boss's headlight holder. I don't know if you can see it there. So I've been spending this morning just trying to redesign it because I can't find the part on the internet. And also, why not design it yourself, right? And this is how it came out. I was reading just now because I started wondering what about the melting point of these things, and the average headlight bulb seems to at around 35 watts, which is the same watts that's in the T-Boss, seems to be around 130 degrees Celsius, and that's quite hot considering that the melting point of the ABS plastic is about 200 degrees Celsius. Anyway, we're going to see what happens. Right, so I'm done with the 3D print, and I actually think this came out even better than the original almost. Have a look at that. Quality stuff. And that is an absolute perfect fit. I think that was a good job. What have you got there?
Got some blueberries out of the forest. I'm busy cleaning them up, taking out all the grass and stuff. These guys are going to become blueberry gelato.
Feel the wind in my hair, oh, it makes me smile. By the riverside, free mind.
So our blower motor arrived today, and we're going to use that to build the laminar flow hood for the mushrooms. So yeah, let's get to building.
Worn out, run down. I'm sick and tired all the time. I need a break. I'm through, broken, man down. Need the countryside, a beer as cold as ice.
So last night I got the fan up and working again, and it turns out it's not really strong enough to push the air out effectively through the filter. We're looking for a specific flow rate, and we're not achieving that with this fan, so we're going to have to go buy a bigger fan. Right, so while we wait for our new flow hood motor to arrive, what we're going to do is just finish up this one, and then we can put it down, and when the new fan comes we just swap those out. So we're here in our new Mycology lab, and behind me is the new laminar flow hood that we've been constructing. As you can see, it's still a little bit wet from all the alcohol disinfectant that I put on it. It literally had more alcohol than I've ever had in Sweden. And then we have a stainless surface here which we can work in front. Now I know traditionally you would have the laminar flow hood right in front of you, blowing towards you. Mine is just in this configuration just because it gives me a little bit more surface area to work up. We're still waiting for a filter to go on top here just to act as a pre-filter, and that's basically anything just to catch big particles. Even a normal car filter or vacuum cleaner filter, anything like that will work. But the main thing is this filter, and then like I've said, the fan, we're going to replace it with a little bit bigger fan. Right now it is okay, but it's not quite the flow that you're looking for. And what you're looking for is something with a little bit better airflow, just to keep this area in front of it clean. And obviously we have our impulse sealer, and in other words, as we've inoculated the bag with grain spawn, we'll get it straight into the impulse sealer, seal it up, and then it basically is it's sealed. As you guys know, we'd like to sometimes mention companies that go above and beyond to, you know, like give really great service. And these are not sponsors. These are just like pure, like, kudos to those companies for really helping and acting like we all think their company should. Especially in Sweden, we found that the service industry is pretty poor. It seems that, you know, companies don't really hunt for business as much. This is my personal opinion, but that the overall consensus is that business is good enough. We don't really need yours too. And that is especially true when it comes to like tradesmen, plumbers, builders, electricians, and so forth, but also a lot of other companies. Anyway, not all of them are like that. And when I was busy looking for a filter for the flow hood, I have a very specific design that I need, and I also needed a very specific filter rate and such things. And I reached out to a bunch of companies, probably about 6 of them in Sweden that I could find. Out of the 6 companies, 5 of them never got back to me, and only one of them actually did. And funny enough, that's the company that was closest to us. And that company's name is Raccoon Miljöfilter. So Raccoon Filters. These guys are in Robertsfors, and it's been absolute pleasure dealing with them. They reply quickly. I sent them my specifications. They knew that I'm not like super technical. I'm not like in the filter game. And they really helped me through, you know, like choosing the best filter. I told them what type of specs I need roughly, and they helped me out with the rest of it. I reached out to them again, spoke to them about the fan's flow rate, even though I bought the fan somewhere else, understanding what fan will suit this filter best. And again, these guys have really been awesome. So yeah, it's always great to deal with a company that's willing to help someone. So that's it for this video, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you've made it this far and you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so, and we'll see you again next time.